In this lesson, I'm going to be discussing the concept of molarity. Molarity is another measurement of concentration. Remember that concentration is the amount of solute dissolved in a certain amount of solution. So solute dissolved Remember, we've already looked at two different ways of measuring concentration. We looked at percent by mass, and we looked at percent by volume. And now we're going to look at the third way of measuring quantitatively concentration, and that is molarity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the formula for molarity. We're going to work through an example problem, and then I'm going to have you work through the first problem on this page. So the formula for molarity, the equation, is molarity equals the number of moles of solute divided by the volume of the solution. Now, one thing that we have to do is we have to designate what the units for each of these measurements is. So, the first one, which should be obvious, if we're talking about the number of moles, the units for number of moles will just be moles, M-O-L. Okay. The units for the volume of the solution are going to be in liters. So if you take moles and you divide it by liters, you get the units for molarity, which are molar. So if you have a 6 molar solution, we're talking about the molarity of that solution, that concentration. So notice this isn't quite as simple as percent by volume or percent by mass, but these are all terms that you should be comfortable with. So I'm going to do the first example problem with you. It says calculate the molarity of a solution that has 0.127 moles of sucrose and 655 milliliters of solution. So what I do first is I look at each thing, identify it, each measurement, and then I decide if the units are correct. So for here, if I have 0.127 moles, I want to be in moles here, so I'm good. That's my solute. Sucrose is my solute. For my solution, I'm given the volume of my solution, but unfortunately, my solution is in milliliters, and it needs to be in liters to find the molarity. So I'm going to first have to convert it to liters. Now, if you can do this in your head, awesome. If you're not comfortable yet, I need you to write it out. So you have 655 milliliters, so ml. I need to get into liters, so I put milliliters on bottom and liters up top. For every 1 liter, they're 10 to the 3rd milliliters. So you're going to take 655 and divide it by 1,000, and you get 0.655 liters. Now I can take all of these values and now calculate my molarity. So I know that molarity, which is a measurement of concentration, equals the number of moles, which is given to me in this problem, 0.127 moles, divided by my volume in liters, which I found to be 0.655 liters. Okay. So here's your task. I need you to divide to find your molarity. Make sure that you use the proper number of significant figures. The units for this answer are going to be molar, but instead of having to write out molar, we just write a capital M. But you got to make sure the M is capitalized or else it looks like meters. Okay. Next, I need you to work on number 1, and all I need you to do is look at these two values, this value for volume and this value for the amount of solute, and decide whether those units are okay. Am I okay being in liters and being in grams? If you're not okay with one of those units, I need you to convert it properly into the units that you should use. I don't need you to set up the rest of the problem. I just need you to do that, and you're done.